Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Conor Rosario. On 16 Jan 1967, Goans voted to retain Goa as a separate union territory. On its 55th anniversary, what are the benefits of the opinion poll? Did we capitalize on the victory? Were there any negative consequences? Let's listen in.
आणि जे क्वेश्चन तो विचारला की whether we are overwhelmed by the influx of outsiders. I would say yes, because हांव ते ओपिनियन पोला खातीर अशें म्हणना की गोंय एक ब्युटिफूल राज्य, ताज्या खातीर we cannot say that because of statehood people started coming in Goa and settling in Goa. No, even before that people from Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra had settled in Goa after liberation in large numbers, and somewhere down the line we were Goans were getting marginalized as far as jobs were concerned. आणि म्हणूनच गोंय हित्राखंड म्हणजे अशें जायते आमचे कोंकणी लँग्वेज एज्युकेशन जालें 1986 हे आमचे कोंकणीचें अस्तित्व आमकां तिगोवन दवरपा खातीर. मागीर गोवा बचाव अभियान जालें, अशीं कितलींशींच अभियानां जालीं गोंयांत जी आमची गोंयकारांचें अस्तित्व तिगोवपा खातीर. वी आर ऑल्सो डिमांडिंग स्पेशल स्टेटस फॉर गोवा फर्स्ट अंडर द लिडरशीप ऑफ मतांनी साल्ढाणा. कारण आमचे जे गोंयकार, हांव अशें म्हणना की वी ऑफकोर्स वी आर ऑल इंडियन्स एंड वी आर प्राऊड ऑफ इट, बट एट द सेम टायम जे सन्स ऑफ द सॉयल एंड डॉटर्स ऑफ द सॉयल तांकां खंय तरी जॉब्स मेळचे अशें आमकां दिसता. कारण तांचे सपोज इफ दे आर क्वॉलिफायड एंड दे आर नॉट टेकन फॉर द जॉब्स आनी आमच्या गोंयकाराच्या भुरग्यांक जॉब मेळना आनी हेर राज्यांतल्या लोकांक जॉब मेळटा, खंय तरी दुखता.
Goa is not like rest of India. Rest of India was under British rule, whereas Goa was a Portuguese colony from 1511 onwards. So more than 450 to 500 years we were under Portuguese, whereas while we were under Portuguese, the rest of India were under Mughals, Mughal Empire. Aurangzeb was the last of the Mughal emperor, and then thereafter, while Shivaji was fighting for Bombay, acquisition of Bombay, which was also under Portuguese, earlier then given as a dowry to the British. Now what is very, very important for us is look at history. All the countries which were the colonies of Portugal before, whether it be African countries, Mozambique, Angola, Guinea-Bissau, or even a small tiny Timor in Philippines, they are all different countries. They are not part of any country. Look at Timor. Timor is not a part of Indonesia. It's a separate country which is a small island in Indonesia. Goa would have been a different country. It is not going to be a part of India. It became a part of India because the then freedom fighters didn't fight for Goa liberation as a separate country. They fought to be a part of Indian Union. Our freedom fighters went to take help of Nehru, not to liberate Goa from the Portuguese, but to integrate Goa as a part of India. So we have become a part of India. And now within the part of India, there is nothing great what has happened. Yes, opinion poll is important in the sense that we would have become a colony, a small part of a small district of Maharashtra, which is still worse. From becoming a separate country, we are going to become a district of Maharashtra. This is very bad. So the whole situation, tomorrow's Liberation Day celebration, opinion poll celebration, is good that we are not become a district of Maharashtra. But you are forgetting the greater picture, that Goa was never a part of British Empire. And therefore, in the witness of things, is that we are now a separate state. And as a state, we have a separate budget, we have a separate entity, we have a separate identity, but this has not helped us much.
The traffic movement on the stretch of road from San Pedro towards Panjim via Alto Fonway Road near the ice cream parlor and the traffic from the Church Junction towards San Pedro, Old Goa will be a one-way from today, the 15th of January to the 21st of January, so as to carry out road digging or cutting for laying of optic fiber cables and ducts.
An order in this effect has been issued by the North Goa collector Ajit Roy. The Imagine Panjim Smart City Development Limited has written to the collector seeking permission for road diversions to carry out the work of about 1.5 kilometer stretch. In the order, the collector has asked the contractor to deploy their own traffic marshals to regulate traffic and ensure no parking on the side road and on the footpath, to install red lights at the construction sites for clear visibility during night time, and to erect signboard "Men at Work" at prominent places at all the sites, besides to follow other instructions. The contractor has also been asked not to dump construction material on the road, causing obstruction to the road users and motorists, and also to ensure that while undertaking work, not to block the approach road to any house or colony, and to construct temporary pathways to allow to and fro movements of the vehicular traffics of the residents. The work should be carried out on one side of the road so as to allow normal vehicular flow of traffic. After completion of the work, the entire place should be cleaned from all types of debris, mud, etc., and the road should be restored to its normalcy for the use of motorists and other users. The contractor has been also asked to paint material used for barricading with fluorescent paint or tape for illuminating the same during the night time. The work should be completed within the stipulated time and the road be made free for vehicular flow after resurfacing the same. William Rodriguez for Herald TV.
A major fire broke out at a jewelry shop in Vasco's Apna Bazaar shopping complex on Friday night. The fire broke out around 10 p.m. after people saw smoke emitting from the jewelry shop. Officials from the Vasco fire station said a team of the fire station arrived at the scene in 15 minutes and brought it under control. The fire officials said the quantum of loss is yet to be ascertained.
आमकां 10-14 मिनटांनी कॉल आयिल्लो अपना बाजारात शॉपाक उजो लागलो इमिजिएट टर्न आउट करून आयले जाल्यार ते ज्युवेलरी शॉपाक मातसो उजो लागिल्लें ओनरा स्टेटमेंट दिवपाक तो म्हणटा सध्या लॉस कांय ना म्हणटा तो आतां सांगूं शकतो ना फाल्यां सांगतो म्हणटा उजो कसो लागलो कसो लागलो हांव सांगूंक शकना पूण लायटीचो बोर्ड आसलो पळय भायर मेन तेंचो बोर्ड आसलो ते फ्यूज बी सगळे लासले ऑलरेडी सगळे ते लासून काबार जालो लायटीचो बोर्ड तुमचो अदमास शॉर्ट सर्किट जावपाक शकता म्हाज्या हिशोबान पूण हांव सांगूंक शकना कित्याक ते इलेक्ट्रिसिटीन सांगचें पडटा
मेरे को पता चला कि मेरा दुकान में आग लगा मैं यही बोलना चाहता है कि मेरा दुकान में आग लगता तो सबको शॉर्ट सर्किट चलता है स्पेशल मेरा ही बोर्ड को कैसा लगा
तो आप सस्पिशियस है कुछ
नहीं किसी ने किया रहेगा
फाउल एक्टिविटी है
किसी ने किया रहेगा 101% किसी ने किया अगर शॉर्ट सर्किट होता तो सबका एक साथ ट्रिप होता था इतना तो हम भी समझता कि शॉर्ट सर्किट क्या होता है स्पेशल सिर्फ बोर्ड को आग लगा इसका मतलब क्या कुछ तो रहेगा
कुछ नुकसान भी हुआ
नहीं अभी तक अंदर का कुछ नुकसान नहीं हुआ अंदर कुछ नुकसान नहीं हुआ सिर्फ बाहर का भारी हुआ
तो आपको लगता है किसी का हाथ हो सकता है
किसी का हाथ हो सकता है इससे पहले मेरा गाड़ी में भी किसी ने पत्थर फोड़ा मैंने पुलिस में कंप्लेंट भी डाला था इसके ऊपर भी कुछ नहीं हुआ आज तक पता नहीं चला किसने पूरा क्या हुआ तो इस हिसाब से अभी आगे देखने का अभी क्या इतना हो गया बोला तो पानी सर के ऊपर चला गया अभी कुछ तो करो कौन करता है करने दो कुछ तो करो पता करो कि क्या है हकीकत हम अंदाजा में किसी के ऊपर नाम तो नहीं ले सकते किसने किया
Story by Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
On Saturday, the Youth Congress leaders of Goa came down heavy on the state government and the health department over the failure of protecting Goan lives. It was the other states who went strict to curb the spread of the virus, but the Goa government has failed to take action and allowed the show to go on. Today, the state is recording 3,000 plus cases daily And it's all because of the state government and the BJP-led government, alleged the Youth Congress.
गोयचे कोविड सिच्युएशन आमी पळयता की जेन्ना गोंयान फर्स्ट आनी सेकंड वेव जेन्ना आयली जवळपास 3,500 लोक गोंयान कोविडाक लागून मेले आणि हे 3,500 लोक जर मेले ते फक्त ह्या सरकाराच्या मिसमॅनेजमेंटाक लागून मेले. ज्या पद्दतीन सरकारान कोविड जेन्ना फर्स्ट आनी सेकंड वेव ज्या पद्दतीन हाताळपाक जाय आशिल्ले त्या परिस्थितीन ते हाताळले गेले ना आणि म्हणून 3,500 लोकांचो मृत्यू जालो. फर्स्ट वेव जेन्ना येवन गेली तेन्ना सेकंड वेव येवपाची आसा ही वॉर्निंग आसून बसून सरकार त्या टायमार न्हिदून रावलो. जी तयारी करपाक जाय आशिल्ली सेकंड कोविड वेवाक गव्हर्नमेंट आनी सरकारी यंत्रणा आरोग्य यंत्रणा ज्या गतीन कामां लागपाक जाय आशिल्ली ती त्या टायमार लागली ना. आणि एकंदरीत जेन्ना सरकारी हॉस्पिटलांचेर कोविड केसी जेन्ना वाडपाक लागल्यो आनी लोड जेन्ना वाडपाक लागलो सादें ऑक्सिजन पसून हे गोंयकारांक त्या टायमार आमच्या पेशंट्सांक प्रोवायड करपाक शकले ना. आणि अशें करून हांव म्हणीन ते लोक मरचे परस ह्या सरकारान त्या टायमार लोकांक मारून उडयले. आजून त्यो यादी ताज्यो आसा. सरकार जर चित्ता आसत कितें तें जाल्लें विसरून गेलें म्हणून पूण हांव सरकाराक सांगपाक सोदतां आजून ह्यो लोकांच्यो यादी ज्यो आसा त्यो ताज्यो आसा. कित्याक गोंयकारांक आपल्या जे लागचें आशिल्लें घरचे जावं फ्रेंड सर्कल जावं किंवा बाकीचे इतर नातेवाईक हांकां लागच्या लोकांक उगडोवचें पडलें. आनी कित्याक काय म्हणल्यार हे एकंदरीत जे मुख्यमंत्री आनी आरोग्य मंत्री ज्या टायमार एक कॉर्डिनेशन जावपाक जाय आशिल्लें कॉर्डिनेशन जावन काम करपाक जाय आशिल्लें त्या टायमार हे दोगूय आपले सेल्फिश इंट्रस्टाक लागून झगडत उरले आनी हेजो परिणाम असो जालो की शेवटी कोविड मिसमॅनेजमेंट जालो गोंयान. तेतून आमी पळयलें की ह्या दशकांतले आरोग्य क्षेत्रांतले सगळ्यात व्हडले जर स्कॅम जाले आसत जाल्यार हे कोविडा टायमार जाले. ऑक्सिजन सिलिंडरा बाबतींत आमी पळयलें की सगळे जे ऑक्सिजन ज्यो कंपनी आशिल्ल्यो तांकां सगळ्यांची कॉन्ट्रॅक्टां काडली आनी फक्त एक कंपनी स्कूप ऑक्सिजनाक हे तेन्ना कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट दिले की आतां ही ओमिक्रोनाची जी आसा ही तिसरी लाट येवपाची आसा. अशें आसून बसून आमी आज पळयता की ह्या सरकारान टोटली हे वॉर्निंग्स इग्नोर केल्यो. डिसेंबर जो म्हयनो आशिल्लो म्हाजे कडेन हांगा रिकॉर्ड्स आसा 26 डिसेंबर 2021 25 केसी आशिल्ल्यो एक्टीव केसीस. 27 तारखेक 67 आशिल्ल्यो. 28 तारखेक त्यो 112 जाल्यो. कित्याक ट्युरिस्टांचेर कांयच रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स नाशिल्ली. इतर राज्यांतल्यान जे ट्युरिस्ट गोंयान येताले आमी पळयलें की महाराष्ट्रान कर्नाटकान सारखे कडक निर्बंध लागू केले. तेंच्यांनी न्यू इयर ईव आसतना पसून तेंच्यांनी थंय कर्फ्यू लागू केलो. लोकांचो मुवमेंट रातचो बंद केलो. आनी हांगा कितें काय म्हणल्यार आमी लोकांचें नेटान स्वागत केलें आनी कांयच रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स ना कोणाची पर्वा ना. 29 तारखेक 170 जाल्यो केसीस. 30 तारखेक 261. 31 तारखेक 212 आनी तेज्या उपरांत जो स्पायक जालो 1 तारखेक 310, 2 तारखेक 388, 3 तारखेक 631, 4 तारखेक 592 आनी काल आमी पळयता काल 3,145. म्हणल्यार आयची जर रेट पळयत पॉझिटिव्हिटी रेट आमी ऑलमोस्ट 40%चेर आसा. 40% पॉझिटिव्हिटी रेट आज गोंयान आसा. म्हाका दिसता ही गोंय अख्ख्या भारतान ही हायेस्ट आसतली. इतकी फास्ट आनी इतकी पॉझिटिव्हिटी रेट खंयच्याच दुसऱ्या राज्यान भारतान आसची ना. आनी ही परिस्थिती जर अशी आयली आसत ही परिस्थिती आमच्या सरकारान ही ओडून हाडलेली आसा. जो भारतीय जनता पार्टीचो अध्यक्ष पेडण्या वचून ताणें काल व्हडली सभा घेतल्या. काल आमी रोहन खंवटेक पळयलो परवरी 100 लोकांक घेवन काल तो प्रचार करता. सो म्हळ्यार बीजेपी कितेंय केल्यार परवडटा. सो तेन्ना कोविडाचें आनी रिस्ट्रिक्शन तुमकां कांयच लागना. म्हळ्यार म्हाका दिसता की ह्या बाबतींत बीजेपीक स्पेशल एक्सेप्शन्स आसतली जेणे करून ते कितेंय करपाक शकता. मुख्यमंत्री आज इतको बेसावता 13 जानेवारीक प्रायम मिनिस्टराचें व्हिडिओ कॉन्फरन्सींग जाल्लें आनी सगळे राज्यांतले मुख्यमंत्री, सगळे ब्युरोक्रेट्स, हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी, सगळे चीफ सेक्रेटरी आशिल्लो हांकां घेवन एक मिटींग जाल्ली व्हिडिओ कॉन्फरन्साद्वारे. आनी तेन्ना हे सगळे जे कितें निर्बंध पाळपा जाय हे सगळे निर्बंध प्रायम मिनिस्टरान सगळ्या मुख्यमंत्र्यांक आदेश दिल्लो. पूण आज आमी पळयता आज 16 जानेवारी जाल्ली, कसलेच हेजे आज अंमलबजावणी जाल्ली ना, इम्प्लिमेंटेशन कसलेच हेजे जाल्लें ना. वयल्यान जाल्यार आज बाकी सगळे एक्टिविटीज आज नेटान गोंयान चल्ल्या. सो आज प्रश्न पडटा, हें सगळें जाता आसतना परत ती सेकंड वेवाक जी परिस्थिती आयिल्ली ती परत ह्या सरकाराक लोकांचेर हाडपा जाय काय कितें?
Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal arrived in Goa on his day-long visit, where he released AAP's vision statement for the state. Kejriwal also participated in the door-to-door campaign in San Andre, Kottalim and Shiroda with the party leaders in accordance with Election Commission and COVID regulation.
मॅडम एक नवो वारो परिवर्तनाचो गोंयान आयला आनी तो क्लियरली दिसून येता. आज जेन्ना आमी डोर टू डोर करता आमी ऑलमोस्ट आमच्या सगळ्या कॅन्डिडेटांनी 80%, 90% ऑर समटायम्स सम पीपल हॅव डन सेकंड राउंड ऑफ डोर टू डोर. प्रत्येक घरान जेन्ना आमी वता न्ही एक नवी आशा लोकांक दिसता आमच्या कॅन्डिडेटांनी आमचे मदीं. आनी हांव सुद्दां ही सांताक्रूज कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी वीच इज द बेस्टन ऑफ काँग्रेस एंड वीच हॅज बीन कमिंग क्लोज टू BJP. आज ते क्लियर दिसून येता की आज जो सपोर्ट लोकां कडल्यान दिसून येता, एक एक्सपेक्टेशन एक कितें आसा की 20-25 वर्सां आमची कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी पणजेक लागीं आसूनय आज दुर्लक्षीत उरल्या, ती कशे तरेन चेंज जाता आनी कशे तरेन एक पॉझिटिविटी आज आमच्या तांकां दिसता आनी तांचे कडल्यान जे आमकां मोग मेळटा पळय तो अमेझींग आसा. रिजल्ट कितेंय जावं तो रिजल्ट पॉझिटिव्हच जातलो अशी तरी दिसता. कारण सरळ लोकांची ओपनली अजून पर्यंत म्हाका दिसना सांताक्रूज कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन कोण येवन भायर सरून सांगिल्लें की आमी तुमचे बरोबर आसा म्हणून. आज ओपनली येता भायर येता, कारण गुंडागिरी इतली जाल्ली आमच्या कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन की लोकांक भंय दिसतालो. आतां तें वातावरणूच चेंज जालां. एक एडवोकेट म्हणून, एक नवो कॅन्डिडेट म्हणून, एक शिकिल्लो मनीस म्हणून जो आज सपोर्ट कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन येतलो तो पळयत जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता सेलेब्रेशन आमी आतांच सुरूच करपाक.
We are very excited that sir is coming to our constituency. Unfortunately, the time allotted for the constituency is rather small. We wanted him for longer. Nevertheless, we are making sure that we meet some people at least because of the scarcity of time. And the people who the site that has been selected, the people are very excited. And as we said, we are all excited that Aam Aadmi government is going to be the next government in Goa, because this government is going to be a government, a government with a vision, a government that wants to fulfill the basic needs of the common man. And that is what true governance and good governance is all about.
ये गोवा में 14 तारीख को इलेक्शन है, पूरा चुनाव का माहौल तैयार है. गोवा के लोग इस बार ये बदलाव चाहते हैं. गोवा के लोग जो अभी पॉलिटिक्स एज यूजुअल है उससे परेशान हैं. वो एक ऐसी पार्टी चाहते हैं जो गोवा में चेंज लेके आए. और अगर आप सारे सर्वेज देखिए तो अगर विकल्प के रूप में एक पार्टी निकल के आ रही है तो वह आम आदमी पार्टी निकल के आ रही है. गोवा के लोगों को दिखता है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल ने गोवा के लिए एक विजन दिया. वो सिर्फ इसमें इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है कि एक पार्टी से कोई दूसरी पार्टी में गया, दूसरी पार्टी से तीसरी पार्टी में गया. वो चाहते हैं कि गोवा के लोगों की प्रॉब्लम्स कैसे सॉल्व होंगी, गोवा के स्कूल कैसे अच्छे होंगे, हॉस्पिटल्स कैसे अच्छे होंगे, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कैसे फ्री मिलेगी, उनको एम्प्लॉयमेंट कैसे मिलेगी. एंड दैट इज़ द रीज़न व्हाई द पीपल ऑफ गोवा वांट आम आदमी.
Madam, as of now, today you are covering 3 constituencies, right? Today and tomorrow. तो बाकी constituencies का भी कुछ प्लान है?
देखिए, प्लान हमारे पास पूरी 40 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज का है. एंड आम आदमी पार्टी इज गोइंग टू डू एक्सट्रीमली वेल इन दिस इलेक्शन एंड इमर्ज एज एन अल्टरनेटिव दैट इज गोइंग टू ट्रांसफॉर्म.
Story by Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Several leaders and people are leaving the Congress to side with the TMC because they believe we won't fail the people like the Congress did in 2017. Taking a dig at the defection of Congress MLAs, TMC Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament Sushmita Dev also said that such defection will not take place when it comes to the TMC.
कांग्रेस के प्रभारी माननीय चिदम्बरम जी ने कहा कि तृणमूल कांग्रेस के पास कोई संगठन नहीं है और तृणमूल कांग्रेस डिफेक्शन के माध्यम से, मतलब कांग्रेस पार्टी को तोड़कर, कांग्रेस पार्टी के संगठन को तोड़कर अपना संगठन बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। तो मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूंगी कि तृणमूल कांग्रेस में जो नेता, जो कार्यकर्ता किसी भी पार्टी से आ रहा है, वो हमारी पार्टी के या स्कीम से या नेता से प्रेरित होकर आ रहा है। हम किसी को जबरदस्ती तोड़ के, हाथ मरोड़ के तृणमूल कांग्रेस में नहीं ला रहे हैं। और किसी भी पार्टी का, जो पार्टी बंगाल में थी, गोवा में पहली थी, पर यहाँ पर इतनी ताकत से पहले नहीं लड़ी थी, ये हमारे लोकतांत्रिक देश में, जिस देश में लोकतंत्र में विश्वास रखते हैं हम, ये हर राजनीतिक दल का अधिकार होता है कि किसी भी प्रदेश में जाके अपनी पार्टी को वो जीरो से ग्रीनफील्ड प्रोजेक्ट से शुरू करें। इसलिए मैं इस देश के सबसे पुराने पार्टी कांग्रेस से ये कहूंगी कि आप पहले तय कीजिए कि आप लोग बार बार ही आपके बयान में जो कांग्रेस पार्टी को छोड़ती है उसको आप गद्दार कहते हैं, और जो दूसरे पार्टी छोड़ के तृणमूल कांग्रेस में जाते हैं आप उनको गद्दार की नजरों से नहीं देखते। क्यों? So I would request the senior leaders of Congress party that please do not have double standards. If anyone leaves the Congress party, you brand them with names, you malign them. But anybody coming from other parties into the Congress party, you don't seem to think that they are betraying their party. So it is my humble request, it is every party's democratic right to inspire people to join their party.
Story by William Rodriguez for Herald TV.
The Islanders of Mumbai City FC, who are now on the 4th position, are hoping for a win against the Kerala Blasters on Sunday. Mumbai City FC, left with 9 matches this season before the final stage, have a lot to do to maintain their place to make it to the playoffs in the Indian Super League this season. A win against Kerala Blasters will take Mumbai City FC on top of the table.
Rather than just look at since we played Kerala, I look at where we are and where we sit after 11 games. And where we sit is joint third on the table, and we sit 3 points behind Kerala, who are top. So 9 games to go. We said it's not about where you are right now, it's where you finish. And we're in a strong position to make sure that we put ourselves in a position now to go on and finish strong. And that's important that we go on to do that. So that's the way we look at things here. Yes, it's an area certainly we want to improve. We can't go through the next 9 games conceding the goals that we have. We know that. But also it's the same players that we had at the start of the season, where they were the ones keeping clean sheets. You know, we've kept 3 clean sheets in 11 and didn't concede those goals in the first 6 or 7 rounds. So it's the same players. We've been working very hard, and so have they on the training field. And I'm convinced it's only a short time away from turning around. Yeah, the last game we made changes because of the short turnaround between games. You know, I think in this league we've had some 6 or 7 day breaks, whereas the last game we only had 2 days between games. So I think it's important that you try and put the freshest team on the field that are still going to be able to perform the way that we all want, and that's what we tried to do. That didn't quite happen for us, so we made those changes at half time, and I felt we were a little bit more balanced in the second half, and we started to go back to showing the energy and the quality of football that we wanted to show from the start of the season, and that's something that we've reflected upon this week. So whoever takes to the field from the start against Kerala tomorrow will be ready to go again. Yeah, I think it's an exciting challenge. You know, I think it's about not getting carried away with results. You know, I know when we win games, it's I've seen some comments around how well we play, and then I've seen when we don't win games, how quickly a reaction there can be. So it's important, as I go back to what I said at the start, we don't get carried away whether we win or lose. It's not about where we are on the table right now, but we've played some really good football of the 11 games. We put ourselves in a strong position leading into the second half of the season. Like I said, we're joint third. We sit 3 points behind Kerala, and we play Kerala, so it's an exciting opportunity to draw level with them and kick on. But it's very much about making sure over the next 9 games that we're now consistent in both performances and picking up results to make sure come the end of the season that we put ourselves in the position that we all want.
So COVID cases are now rising in the bio bubble, and some games are getting postponed. So what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, my thoughts are obviously, I see it. It is concerning because, you know, COVID, you don't want anybody to get COVID either in the bubble or outside. I can only speak for us. You know, we have no cases at all here amongst our players, staff or hotel staff. So that's all we can control. So it's important that the measures that are put in place here that we follow to make sure that stays the case. And then we trust the league to manage as they have put out, and that's all we can do. So we can only control what we have, and that's making sure our players, staff, and our hotel staff stay COVID-free for as long as possible.
I think this year is quite different than in last season. In this season, many players have scored goals in this club, so that's very good. Not the responsibility is only on me. Many players scored 1, 2, 3 goals even. So the responsibilities of everybody, defending, attacking. So we are a team, and we have to keep in this way, and we hope to keep improving, all of us, scoring and also defending. At the end, the most important is to win. Also, this responsibility not only to perform in the pitch, but also in the dressing room, the bubble these years, to try to help the youngsters to improve their quality. Is also one of my responsibilities. I'm very close, especially to attackers of this team. So they know we have a very good relationship, we get along very well, and anything they need, they know that I'm here, and I hope not, as I said, not only to improve in the pitch, but also to helping my teammates to improve even better.
Thank you, Igor. Anush, I think you have a question.
Yes, you know, Igor, you and Coach Des Buckingham both are similar. You know, you both have a similar age, and so how does it feel to have a coach with a similar age? So it will be, I think, very much easier to convey your thoughts with each other. So how is it like to have a coach with a similar age? Obviously you have worked with Juan; he's also a young coach. So how does it feel to work with a young coach like Des Buckingham?
At the end, when you are getting older, it's normal to have this situation. It's the first time in my career that the coach is younger than me, but doesn't change anything. At the end, we know our role, we respect each other, and of course, he's the coach. He has the power in the team. I'm just a regular player. I try to help in the way I can, scoring goals, and that's it. At the end, the age, we prove it. I prove it. That is just a number, and it's nothing important in the dressing room.
Story by Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
Well, that's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.